Hello and welcome to this walkthrough of EQ the Game, an app brought to you by Mobile Art School. We're going to start off with a really quick art history lesson. In the 1920s, there was an artist group known as the surrealists, and they were very interested in exploring chance and the subconscious, and so they invented a game called the Exquisite Corpse. You might be familiar with Exquisite Corpse played with pen and paper, where you start a drawing on a folded sheet of paper, and then you leave a little hint in the crease, fold it over, pass it to the next player, and then they do the drawing and pass it on to the next person. And then at the end, you've made a kind of complete drawing without really knowing what each other has done, and there's kind of a nice surprise reveal at the end. And so EQ, the game, is a digital version of Exquisite Corpse, and it's got some pretty neat features where you can play with anyone around the world, and you have access to all the digital drawing tools, and you don't have to really stay constrained to doing, rectangles in a line. So let's launch the app and have a look at how to play it. Okay, so let's start at the home screen. And here you have several options, including your account options over at the top right. And over here you can make some account and administrative changes, log out, etc. Going back to the home screen, you can check out your invites, continue your drawing, or check out the gallery. And here you can see some of your work that you've completed with your partners, and also work made by other people in the community. Now once we hit play, you have a number of options. So you can jump right into a pre-existing game, which are fed to your account by existing projects in the system. And here we've selected a kind of interesting looking one, but we're just going to back out of this right now and go back to our selections because we want to start a new game. So here we have a choice to start playing with a template. And with the templates, it's designed to pre-select the number of tiles and the direction it's going to go in. So here we're choosing a 3-player, 3-tile project that's going horizontally. We have to enter in a title or select one of the ones from the list if you like. And let's get started. Here is our canvas view. And so the canvas view allows you to use all the different tool sets at the bottom. This is very similar to the toolkit, the Apple toolkit that you can access using the Notes app, for example. So in this case, we named it creature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a creature's head, maybe something like a dragon. And I'll just keep it really simple. Really, I just want to fill up as much space as I think the drawing needs to be, but I also want to extend the drawing's lines all the way to the right where you see the little arrow is, because that is the direction that the drawing is going in. Add a few details, maybe some color. One of the interesting handy tools from the tool palette. And then once this is done, what we're going to do is hit the done button, which will mask most of my drawing except for the rightmost edge, and then send that on to the next player. So now we will hit done. And when we hit done, you'll be taken to a screen where you can choose to send it to a random collaborator. Now this can be anyone in the entire world who's signed up to play EQ, or you can find a friend to play with if you know their username. What we will do in this test case is I'm just going to find a second account that I have and select that. So I will select play with a friend, find myself on this list, and then send it off. So normally what happens here is you're not going to see your project again until it's completed by the second and then the third player. In our case, what I'm going to do is I've sent it to myself, and we won't film that part just to kind of keep the idea of the surprise going. But we will pick it up again when I send it back to myself, and I'll complete the third tile. So see you in a minute. Alright, so here I've received my notification, and I'm going to click on it so that we can start to play and finish the third tile. So you can see on the left here that I've received the hint, and this is coming from player number 2, remember. So we don't know what player number 2 has drawn. Well, I know because I was player number 2. And for tile number 3, what I'm going to do is, I think, because this is a creature, I'm going to draw something like, the back end of a creature. Let's make it sort of like a cow type animal. It could be anything, really. I mean, it doesn't even need to be an animal. It could be two-headed. It could be totally abstract. But in our case, I'm going to do the back of a cow. And the result, I'm thinking, should look kind of like a pretty interesting creature. Let's just add a little bit of color here. Not that tool. This is a better tool for coloring, but you're going to figure out your own workflow. And there's a handy eraser tool which you can use to clean things up. I'll probably do that in a second after I draw some spots. This works really well with the Apple Pencil. I don't have one right now, so I'm actually just using my fingers on an iPhone screen, so can't really get great detail this way. But yeah, here we go. We are going to send it, and it should show up in our ready to reveal section, and there it is. This is Creature in all its glory. Thank you so much for watching this walkthrough. We hope you enjoy playing EQ, and please download our app if you haven't already. Give us a rating and follow us on Instagram.